let's talk about NASCAR.
Nick here with Mechanic Bill, and we're at NASCAR.
The Xfinity Series doing battle in the Pacific Northwest. Here we go in Portland.
Hell yeah, all the way outside.
A little bit more than a bump, that's a push.
Up the dirt, oh, 26 right there. He ate the dirt.
Off in the grass with Christian Eckes. Yes, this happened out of turn 11 there, gets super sideways. What a season for Connor Zilic, this 88 team. We said it earlier, 19 years old and going to Cup full time. Sometimes in a lot of drivers you've seen, that might be too soon, too early. They're not ready for it.
So I show up early in the morning and I got a scooter just so I could go around the track because, like I said,
We're doing more what? Motorsport.
to show you guys what's up in the motorsport industry, especially on the mechanic side of things.
Enough speed.
Ram the gate.
We'll just build you a ramp.
I walk around and I'm checking out the place because, you know, I showed up Thursday, picked up my passes, or what I thought was all my passes, and basically I went around the track, circling around the track in the scooter, and when I finally made it to the pits, I was told that, hey, that one media pass you got doesn't allow you into the pits.
Okay, all right, I can just go around. All right, good to know. I appreciate you.
So that was a f***ing lie.
You need to get an actual pass from NASCAR that basically tells you that, oh, you are essential or an essential, you know, partner or member of NASCAR. I don't know what essential means. It's fancy, I guess. I felt special. I felt essential.
Wish I could get shots like that.
One thing I want to say is thank you guys for the 4,000 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, definitely subscribe, hit that bell and that like. It really helps putting this video out in the algorithm, and definitely comment below. I want to hear from you NASCAR nerds, motorsport nerds, anything this video is related about, comment below. Yeah, that's all I really ask for. You know, welcome to Mechanic Bill.
There's a little funny story. I mentioned that we were going to the NHRA. Turns out NHRA made a mix-up and we couldn't get the Washington State Kent race, so they gave it to us for Vegas. You know, somebody contacted the media lady, thank you Sherry if you're watching this, that there was also a mix-up with NASCAR. So we were able to get to the pit passes, and that's really cool. So you could now, you know, someone asked me that if I felt official, and if anything, yeah, let's go check out and take a look at NASCAR up close, guys.
But the problem is, by the time all of this was done and the back and forth and finding the person to get onto the pits, the guys were already starting to qualify, and the team that I was supposed to meet up early first thing in the morning, I wasn't actually able to meet up with the team. So anyways, I'm just gonna say shout out to Alpha Prime Racing, because I actually hit up, or tried to hit up, all the teams that had a contact link for media or just anything in general. So shout out to all those guys over there at Alpha Prime Racing for at least contacting me back. Unfortunately, I couldn't make face. You guys were busy, and you guys will actually see in this video how busy and hectic the pits get.
We finally made it into the paddocks where you have all the trucks and everything like that. So right over here, this is where they do the inspections, and this is like the secondary inspection. I guess this is like the more technical side. I'm assuming that tent is for strictly like visual inspection, and then this is the technical inspection tent. People hanging out in the semis. We're just gonna pretty much talk about what's going on all over here. So the cars are coming back in from pit road. I got the fancy camera here. We can kind of zoom in and see what everybody's doing. You can see here that you got all the vendors and everything like that, like Champion Wheels, Goodyear, as always. So was at every NASCAR race. You can see like you got the NASCAR track officials here to make sure nothing happens or nobody does anything funny. down in the pit road.
Now, I'll be honest with you that I've only gotten as close to seeing NASCAR drivers in their garages. Haven't actually gone side by side, up close, and see what's all going on. Every time I've gone to a NASCAR race, and especially if I had pit access, when I went to Talladega, they had garages, and then they had pits, but the pits were fenced off, and the garages you were able to only walk in, but you were at a safe distance and weren't able to actually go up and see what was going on.
Here you can tell that they're putting nitrogen into the wheels. No reverse because race car. So here's Nick Sanchez's car, and there is 5 NASCAR officials just overwatching them, essentially wrenching back together and put everything back together to get, I'm assuming, their car onto the track to qualify in order to race. There he goes.
I was trying to be a fly on the wall and just watch these guys set everything up, from the tires, the tools, getting the fuel ready, getting up close, especially to the pace cars, and basically just trying to figure everything out that was going on in the pits.
So here are the official pace vehicles, the new Camry, just in case you didn't know it was a Camry. Dang, this isn't the base Camry, this is a nice Camry. I don't know if you guys can pick that up, but yeah, but you know, it's got leather seats in there. Granted, yeah, I mean, you got thousands of horsepower behind you. You gotta be comfortable. Actually, does this tell me what's the trim? Oh, it does. It is an XSE. Here's all the toolboxes. They're pretty much all ready. Everyone's getting set up. Make sure that anything goes awry, which you never know. These guys are gonna have to get ready, get hot. TV's going on in the center of that toolbox so they can see what their driver's doing. Trying to figure out where or what car actually made it to the front. Then you got the WeatherTech, which is also a Chevy. Oh, so that one placed first. And then you have your official Camry pace car. Trying to see what design that stands out. Ah, the Muffins car. That one stands out to me.
Usually when you go to a circle track, that turbine's usually pointed in one direction. This is the first time I've actually seen that turbine in both directions there. Now let me tell you something about the trackside access that the Portland International Raceway gave us. Basically, we had to have a meeting and they gave us pretty much a code to access the gates, and we were able to get into the trackside of the racetrack itself. Now honestly, I've been to plenty of NASCAR races, but to be a few feet away from the stock cars is a completely different experience. I was probably the only one there nerding out because some of these photographers were probably just like, wow, this guy's never been to a NASCAR race. Well, I have been to a NASCAR race, but I haven't been 2 feet up close to a stock car NASCAR racing.
Start! Engine!
Like I said, I could be in this corner all day. Well, they're just breaking. You gotta think about it. No ABS on these things, right?
I will admit this is the first time I've gone in person to a circuit track NASCAR race, meaning that it's not an oval race. It's essentially the cars going left, right, you know, going through chicanes, and cars are built a little bit differently because, again, they're just not going into a circle, which everybody makes fun of NASCAR for. It's like, oh yeah, there's another left turn. It's not like that. It's a completely different experience. And I will tell you this, being pretty much level with the vehicles and not really having a wall blocking the tires where you can't really see anything, especially on a circle track, the experience of seeing NASCAR in a circuit track gave me a whole new perspective. And what I mean by that is that now you could really see how these cars are sliding. You could actually see these cars, like the back left tire popping up in the air because they took a corner or they're hitting the bumps on the corner a little too hard. You hear that on TV, and when you go to the circle tracks, you kind of see it from a distance, but it's a totally different experience when you're there less than 100 feet away and you're seeing these cars spit fire, tires are kicking up, and they're sliding around these corners.
Yeah, the Viking car.
After the race, okay, like I mentioned before, how busy it could get into the pits is something that I've seen from afar, but seeing up close, it's just chaotic. Everyone's doing this number.
They'll break all this down and then have the Xfinity Series, and they switch over really, really quick, especially when they go to the Cup Series, and you can see how fast. Everything is just meant to switch and go, because you might have multiple races in a day.
You think that people were going to be bumping into each other, pushing cars around and pushing tires or whatever it may be, but that wasn't the case. These guys, again, are professionals, and they've been doing this for multiple races.
You gotta think about what, this is not even like 30 minutes, and you guys can see here that the pit is completely cleared. I mean, besides the trash, and they're gonna clean that up afterwards.
So they all kind of know each other, and they all kind of know how just to put everything away into those trucks. When I think about it, like if you look at my shop, I thought I got it pretty much packed, but these guys are on a whole nother level of packing up tools and parts into essentially a semi-trailer. On top of that, the cars too themselves.
It's just awesome that at the end of the day, it's still a job. At the very beginning of this whole entire race, we could have gotten probably some mechanical or some background on what makes stock cars, especially the Xfinity Series, being them still carbureted. I want to give a shout out to NASCAR themselves, at least for fixing my badge. So Sherry, shout out to you. And Portland International Auto Show for giving me the media passes on top of that.
Can someone explain to me in the comments why they had to wear 7 to 8 hats for a photo op? I mean, granted, sponsors, but
I'm saying there's a lot of hats.
So yeah, if you know anything about that, definitely comment below if it's just maybe something Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s team does.
Guys, this is the final tech inspection. I mean, this is first and then second place, and they're making sure that nothing here is funny. You can see that this gentleman right here, he's grabbing parts, he's pointing at things that he wants. He's got one part in hand. So take a look at the spacer plate. Where's that? Oh, I see what it is. He put a guide into the intake manifold to make sure I think it's correct.
After every race, NASCAR officials actually start tearing apart these cars to make sure everything was fair and everything was done, if everyone also stayed into the rule books and whatnot. So I figured that, me staying at a distance, I was able to film, but I had this gentleman come up to me and basically say, no. I reciprocated the respect back of just basically, okay, I won't film. He even made a joke that I should go see the second car, because again, I get it, trade secrets, gotta keep them and whatnot, fair enough. But basically, congratulations to number 88 for winning the track. I believe he was like 18, or I think he's 19 years old, and they were talking about how this guy was about to go into the Cup Series. If you made it this far, again, my name is Nick, this is Mechanic Built, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
For everything we've seen out of this young man, he absolutely is ready.
Showed up less than a year ago in the Xfinity Series, racing at Watkins Glen. Started on the pole, won the race. Full time this year. Took him a little time to get his legs under him, but his summer has been red hot. 13 consecutive top 5 finishes. That matches Carl Edwards for the second most all time.